everything is looking as it should as we load into our fresh semifinals best of 3. And spawning in the top right hand corner of our Kioni, we have the Finnish Zerg player representing Team Basilisk. It is Serral. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Serral Slayer himself representing Onside Gaming. It is Solar. And I will very quickly get predictions going because I feel like predictions are unnecessary here. We need the predictions, Papi. We need them. All right, upon hearing this message, you have a minute. You have a minute to yourselves to place your bets in the chat for how you think this semifinals is going to go. Who advances to the grand finals as Solar goes for the gold? Oh my god, let's go. So for those wondering, Solar, he has a positive win rate in this current year against Serral. He's one of the few that can consistently beat Serral time and time and time again. Can he do it for, what, a 4th time? A 5th time? Crazy. Absolutely insane. Most recently, Solar did do it in the Korea versus the World show match. This was last week. Last week in Korea versus the World, Solar and Serral, they had a best of 5, and Solar did take down Serral 3-2. It went to the ace match. Did go to the ace match. It went the distance. But now we're here a couple of weeks later in a best of 3. Could go either direction. Because again, even though the last time they faced, Solar won again, it went to the ace match, right? It went all the way to game 5. So this can go either way, as Solar is going to be maynarding over and taking advantage of this gold. Bold move. The last time we saw this was Silky versus a Laser, where a Laser took advantage of this gold base as well. And Solar with this Overlord does scout and confirm the gold. Here we go. I'm just catching up in the chat, just make sure everything's working. Easy for Cure. Easy, Poppy. Easy. So I was just catching up with the chat. But yeah, basically, because we've taken this gold base, we should be going for an all-in. And there we go. We're flooding links across the map. Link speed is on the way. Roach Warren gets thrown down as well here for Solar. 2-base play. All you need. Meanwhile, Serral, what is his plan to try and punish this? Link Scout is coming and he needs to confirm what's going on. He needs to see that Roach Warren. The Queen is in position, but no, it looks like the Queen will not kill the Lings. And the Roaches will be spotted. Very important scout from Serral. Back at home, he has a Baneling Nest on the way. Should be making more Queens. He is now aware of the Roach Bush. Does Solar commit? The Roach Warren finishes, but Solar, he is taking a 3rd base. And he's droning. At least a little bit. Back at home, Roach Warren is thrown down for Serral as well. Again, he's aware of the danger that he's in. And he will need defensive roaches if he wants to survive. Lings are coming out. Banelings in production, though. And again, with these Banelings, Serral, he has the tools he needs to defend. But can he, though? Oh! God. Risky move there from Solar, but he does pull back. Roaches are rallying across the map. With these defensive Banelings, I don't think Solar can break him. He's going to try to, though. Solar, he is all in. He did throw down a hatchery, but I believe that is only for Larva. And Solar, he's just waiting for reinforcements. Meanwhile, back at home, Serral, he did drone up a little bit more. He droned up to 31, but he isn't making any more workers. He's taking this seriously. He's getting ready for the assault. And I don't see how Solar can break him. I'll be honest. He's posturing. He's droning. Solar, is he going to commit? Oh my. I don't think he will. Yeah, he does back off. Again, Solar, he's droning, he's taking more gases. Basically, he's trying to force an overreaction. He's trying to force Serral to make too many Roaches, too many Lings, too many Banelings, while Serral gets away with a better economy. Sorry, while Solar gets away with a better economy. But really, all he's doing is he's forcing a counterattack out of Serral. And here we go. Suddenly, the turns have tabled, and Solar is the defender. Here we go. Serral is pushing out. Forcing these Roaches out of position. That gold base looking a little bit more vulnerable. looking more exposed. Yeah, the Baileys, they tried to sneak in. Cheeky moves there out of Serral. He's going for it. The Baileys, they do waddle towards the middle line. Looks like up. They will connect, but they only take down one drone. And here comes Solar with the rest. Serral, he was droning. No shot. Serral, he was droning behind this. And Solar's going all in. The Baileys. Decent connections. But again, Solar, he is going completely all in behind this. Serral, he droned up to 38 from 31. He was already ahead in workers. And here we go. Solar pushing out across the map, luring Serral into a false sense of security. And it looks like Solar may just have too much. I mean, the Roaches are going down. But yeah, he breaks through the line of defense, breaks through the Lings, gets on top of the Roaches, gets on top of the Queens. Spine Crawler finishes up just in time. With the help of that Spine, can we barely hold on? We ignore it. We ignore the Spine, we go straight for the Queens. GG gets called, and Solar takes game number 1. GG. Very well done there by Solar. Once again, just kind of faking Serral out. Initially, Solar, he was just kind of posturing, like faking a push. Behind it, he did squeeze out a couple of drones. I wanna give Serral some credit. Like some workers did come out from Solar, but then he just doubled down on more Roaches. Meanwhile, Serral was the one that was a little bit too greedy, a little bit too economic. Serral was caught with his pants down, and Solar takes game number 1. Here we go. Get a solid start here for Solar. Serral needs to bring it back here and now. In game 2, as a reminder, this is a best of 3. This is a short series. We don't have much room for error. We don't have much room for mistakes. As we're getting into Oceanborn. Here we go. Again, I want to just put emphasis on this, that Serral, he is arguably the best Zerg player in the world. You know, he's an amazing player, but everyone has their weak point, and I think everyone has the consensus that Serral, his weakness is ZvZ, and Solar is one to exploit that weakness time and time and time again. And can he do it again? Here we go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the Finnish Zerg player representing Team Basilisk down in this series, but not out. It is Serral. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing Onside Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is Solar. I can't believe it didn't click to me that it was going to be Serral versus Solar until the series started. Like, I just, like, my brain wasn't even there, you know. I was focusing on, like, trying to catch series and catch lobbies and focus on the games that I was casting, but for Serral and Solar to meet in the semifinals, that is so unfortunate as well. Like, I'm sure Serral wanted to avoid this matchup. I'm sure anyone else, give him anyone else, and Serral's probably a favorite player to make it to the finals and win the entire tournament. But Solar happens to be, at times, his kryptonite. At times. I don't want to say always. By no means. Don't want to write this off. But so far, a good start for Solar. Going for a hatch gas pool opener. Back at home, Serral likewise going for the same opener as well. Very standard, very economic. What I will say is that now that we're on Oceanborn, there is no gold base that you can take advantage of. So Serral doesn't have to worry about that. But on Oceanborn, the rush distance by ground is actually really short. Very short. So aggressive plays and all-ins can be difficult to defend against. True. The way you... Wait, ZvZ. Unwinnable, papi. Unwinnable. Este ZvZ. Almost as unwinnable as TBT. True, papi. True. Jadoff, he knows. He knows. As for now, again, everything's looking as it should. We have link speed on the way. Going to be staying in gas as well to work towards that eventual Bailey nest and towards the third. as both players should be moving out for their scouts. We have 2 Lings moving out for Solar, likewise 2 Lings from Serral. The goal here is to get into the main bases to make sure that there's no fast Evo chamber, to make sure that there's no crazy early tech or gas. To keep an eye on the opposing player as they confirm the timings of their third bases. So they're aware that they're mirroring each other. Standard openers, Baneling S on the way, same build so far. Exact mirrored builds. Now things will start changing at this juncture once we work towards our third base, and there it is. Solar, he's going into a very fast Roach Warren hidden in the main. So far unscouted. You can see Solar is trying to keep up with the movements of these Lings. He's trying to make sure the Lings don't bypass his own and slip into the natural and slip into the main. So very careful movement from Solar, trying to keep this all in hidden. Serral back at home. He's making a wave of Lings. Did finish the Baneling Nest. Working towards his third, and we should be seeing some safety Banelings as well. Unless, of course, Serral wants to be aggressive. Oh! Tries to go in. Serral is denied entry into the natural. A little bit suspect. A little bit. Serral, he's going for his own Roach Warren far later than his opponents. And there we go. 7 Roaches are now on the way. You can see Solar trying to go for his own scout, trying to get his own read on what is happening. Serral's droning. Oh, no. Serral is droning, and Solar is not. Here we go. The Roaches are coming across the map. This has now been spotted for the first time by Serral. He knows what's happening, and he needs to prepare. His own Roach Warren's about to finish up. We have Lings on the way. Roaches in production as well. Serral trying to make sure he doesn't get supply blocked. The third base is going to be forfeit. No, sorry, he's going to try and save it. Does force Solar back. Banelings are morphing in. We get a surround. The Queen! Oh, the first Queen is going to go down. The Banelings do finish. But the Roaches push in. They zone away those Banelings. The Lings, they go to town on the third. And it looks like Solar, he's not all in. He's droning. He's looking for secure damage. He will get a kill on this hatchery. Up! No shot. No! He doesn't! Oh my god. Barely. Solar, he missed one of those shots. He does not get a kill in the hatchery. Serral holds. And Serral is now in a decent position. His hatchery is very low, but mate, the fact that he saved it is huge. Serral, he was droning in the beginning of all of that. He was caught with his pants down. GG gets called. We're going to the ace match. GG, well played. That was clutch. Oh my god. Serral, he barely holds on, barely saves his third base, and that was it. GG gets called, and we go into game number 3. It is still anyone's game. It's still up to anyone. We are going to be getting into that third game, and what map are we going to be getting into as well? That's going to be a pretty important factor here as to how this series will go. It is going to be hard lead. Okay. Ah, my heart, Poppy. It's pumping. It's racing. Hi. Can't stop, won't stop. Let's go. We're loading into game number 3. It all ends here. Remember, this is a best of 3, not a best of 5. It all ends on hard lead. And god, that almost worked as well. That all in the previous game almost completely caught Serral off guard. I mean, it did actually catch him off guard, but barely did not work out. And here we go, spawning into game number 3. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of hard lead, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Onside Gaming. For a while here has been the Serral Slayer. Can he do it once again? It is Solar. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Finnish Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Team Basilisk, tying up the series 1-1. It is Serral. See Bjunny in the chats. Weird GG timing. No, he was like, Solar was dead. Solar was completely all in, and he had to at least kill that third base. And as a reminder, as Serral was counterattacking, Solar was droning. Solar, he was droning up heavily to catch up and overtake the economy of Serral. Solar had no army waiting at home. He had no reinforcements, and that counterattack would just kill Solar. So very apt GG timing. He knew at that point that it was over. And here we go. So it wasn't just the hold from Serral, it was also the fact that Solar was heavily droning behind it, so he didn't have a standing army. Didn't have any units to defend. And because it's on Oceanborn, as we mentioned going into it, short rush distance by ground, no time to rebuild an army and to remax and to muster up a defense. The map working initially for Solar and then against Solar. So we get into game number 3. And yeah, for now, hatch gas pool all around. I expect the openers to be standard. Like, I don't expect like a 13-12 or a 12-11 or like a 14-14. Openers should be standard here. Now, whether or not we throw down like a fast Roach Warren or maybe a fast Evo Chamber for +1, that's more of what I'm looking at here when we work towards our third bases. When we work towards our thirds. First, our Lings are going to be moving out, getting a bit of a read, getting a bit of a scout off. Third base being taken here from Serral, likewise being taken by Solar. Interesting location. Serral, he takes the safer linear third base. Solar takes the more aggressive triangular third instead. Okay. I mean, to be fair, Solar has been the aggressor this entire series, Game 1 and Game 2. So the expansion pattern does kind of emulate that as well, or echo that. On brand. As Solar is going to be able to chip away at that third base. No hidden tech, not this time. Mainly nests are on the way. We're droning happily. So far, everything is looking as it should. So far. It's once these third bases get up and running that we're going to be looking at the players. Serral, he does start up a wave of Lings. And Serral is going to turn the tables here on Solar. Initially here, Serral is going to be the aggressor. We have Banelings on the way. I say that, I guess these could just be safety links to keep him secure. Solar testing the waters. No defensive Banelings of his own, but we should see that momentarily. Yeah, the armies are going to be backing up, and we do have that Baneling on the way for Solar. So he should have what it takes here to defend against this Ling counterattack. So he should have enough as Serral dives in. But the Banelings have arrived. Oh god! The Banelings have arrived. Serral forced back. And oh, it looks like the Banelings have arrived as well. Solar losing every single one of his Lings, a big connection, and now Serral, he breaks through into the third base. Baneling gets wasted. Not a good start for Solar, but the Queens do arrive, and Solar will hold. The downside being here is that Solar, he was forced to make extra Lings because things went south very quickly, so he has less drones to work with. Slightly worse economy here for Solar. As Serral is working on that next step, he already has that Roach Warren. That is going to be spotted here by the scouting Ling. So Solar, he's aware that he's slightly behind when it comes to his Roach timing. Also slightly behind when it comes to his Lair timing as well. So Serral in a really nice position. He's ahead in drones, he's ahead in tech. These aren't like big differences, but differences nonetheless. Once again, oh god, no! Solar has to be very careful here. The micro is so delicate between these two players. One slip up and it could be over. We don't want to throw away any Banelings. As Roaches are now on the way. Solar, he does have faster upgrades. We will give him that. And Solar is droning heavily here. Oh my god. 11 more drones in production. Meanwhile, Serral is amassing his army. Now starting Roach production. So Solar, he's being a little bit greedy here by droning up a little bit harder, delaying his roach production, which means he is going to be a little bit vulnerable. And here we go, Serral moves out. Oh, Solar trying to go into a Spire. Really risky move. As Solar does have a couple of roaches on the way. They'll slip in, getting an eye on the production, on the economy. And it looks like Serral was just posturing. He does get on top of this 4th base. Up! Oh, and that's a kill, not a cancel on the 4th. Banelings roll in, 5 drones go down. A disastrous start here for Solar. Losing a base, losing 5 workers. He lost his economic advantage that he had. And he's taking a big risk going into those mutas. Solar going for his own counterattack here, but for the most part, I believe, yeah, Serral, he's in position. Yeah, he has his own roaches. Oof. Oh no! Gonna be bleeding out some roaches here in the retreat. And Serral, he is not slowing down, by the way. We have roach speed +2 and additional roaches in production from Serral. Can Solar get away with banking up his resources? There we go, 7 mutas on the way. He called Serral's bluff. Serral, though, at the same time going into Hydras. Did he see the Spire? He did! He sees the Spire. Ay, ay, ay. Serral all over this. Ling run by heading towards that 3rd base. Yeah, the roach army of Serral overwhelming that of Solar. And it looks like this may just be too much. The mutas do come in, and the mutas will help. But the roach army of Serral is breaking through. And it's going to take a while here for the mutas to really clean this up. Solar trying to go back into roaches. And he will maintain his economy at least. He loses the queen. Hydras are already out. Now, Serral, he did throw away a pretty large army, to be fair, and he's going to be losing quite a lot of overlords as well. Oh, but he has so many Hydras already. Mutas going down. We do deny some mining here at this 4th base. Oh! We have to be very careful with those mutas. But again, behind this, Solar just going to be remaxing here on roaches. He only made 7 mutas in total. He already lost 1. He still has 6. Dipping in between the bases. Hunting down whatever he can. Ling run by here does take down a couple of drones. Oof. Good transfuse. And what's important here is, even though these mutas aren't really doing too much damage, Solar's stuck at home. Sorry, God, I keep mixing them up. Serral is stuck at home. He's been stuck at home for quite some time, and Solar, he has the time to rebuild, remax, move out here with his own Roach Ravager army. He's got +2. Technically, Solar is down in upgrades because Serral has Carapace, but Carapace is not the most impactful upgrade. It's still going to be about the positioning, about the concave. There we go, Overlords, they have hit the field. Serral is going to be supply blocked for a moment here. 4 more Overlords on the way. Solar pushing in. Does he have enough Ravagers? It doesn't look like he does. Serral stutter stepping forward. Taking a big chunk out of this army. Again, this was an overextension from Solar. Serral, he can keep on pushing. Solar just racing back home and losing so many Overlords in the process as well. And now it's going to be Solar's turn to get supply blocked. Again, the mutas, they aren't going to be a part of this. Solar getting caught in a really awkward engagement. Yeah, he is down in army supply. He's being cornered. Serral pins back that army. Decent files are going to be connecting. Decent files, but Solar is being overwhelmed. The mutas, they have to come back. They have to at least catch some reinforcements. But alas, they cannot. GG gets called, and Serral, he breaks through. He takes down Solar 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Solar, this game 3, it felt like he was one step ahead almost the entire time. Again, really good scout of the Spire. He was already working on Hydras at the time. He knew that now or then was the time to move out with his Roaches and to break through and to hinder the army even of Solar. Again, really good scouting out of Serral and really good reactions. GG, well played. Whew, really well done. It wasn't even just that. There were some little things as well. There were some little moments where, if you remember, Serral, he killed the 4th base of Solar. Didn't just kill the base, he was also able to cripple the economy. He caught out some Roaches. Like, these little things, they do add up over time, especially in a mirror matchup. And Serral did look a little more comfortable here in Game 3. What I will say, though, is that we almost didn't have a Game 3. Like, Game 2 was so close. Like, that Oceanborn game, like, it could have really gone either way. So fortunately, Serral, he was able to defend there on Oceanborn, able to make it to the ace match, and Serral, he gets his revenge. He does get his revenge in the end. And now we have another series. Let's go. So Serral's going to be waiting in the grand finals, and we are diving into our lower semifinals match. It is going to be Cure versus MaxPax. Let's go. We mentioned earlier that MaxPax versus Clem was being casted by TKL, or TQL, as well as Take TV. They were covering that series. Unfortunately, we missed out on it, so I'm not too sure what kind of shape or form that MaxPax was looking in. But we at least get to cast this TVP.